Welcome to a world of mystery and excitement. Here, you'll experience stories beyond imagination, with horror lurking in every corner, action that sets your heart racing, and sci-fi worlds that take you beyond the stars. Get ready to dive into breathtaking tales where danger and surprises know no bounds. This is not just a channel, it's your gateway to a new universe. Subscribe now and join us on a journey you'll never forget. Forgotten era, hidden within dense jungles and mist-covered valleys, two distinct civilizations thrived in uneasy proximity. The Reptilian Tribe, an ancient species of scaled beings, moved with cold precision, their culture deeply entwined with the wild and dangerous heart of the jungle. Their scales gleamed in dark shades of green and bronze, and they held secrets to the natural world that humans could only dream of. On the other side was the human tribe, a courageous and resilient people who had adapted to the harsh conditions of the land. Living on the fringes of the jungle, they knew its dangers well and had managed to build a stronghold that blended strength with wisdom. But despite their prowess, they understood little of the reptilians' powers, particularly the ancient connection they shared with the spirits of the land. Though the tribes had lived near each other for years, their peace was strained. The jungle was rich with resources, and the humans saw an opportunity to expand deeper, unaware that their actions threatened the very heart of reptilian sacred lands. The story opens with the chief of the human tribe, who hears rumors of hidden treasures and rare resources deeper in the jungle. Driven by the need to secure a future for his people, he sends scouts to explore this new territory. These scouts venture into the unknown, navigating the thick jungle and documenting the strange signs they find. Towering trees with scales growing from their bark, an unsettling silence, and ancient carvings warning of trespassing. Some of the scouts return to report these sights, while others are lost without a trace, their disappearance a mystery that grows with each passing day. Meanwhile, the Reptilian King receives word of the human intruders. The Reptilians, typically reclusive, become disturbed by the humans' brazenness, viewing it as a sign of disrespect to their ancestral lands. Some in the tribe, particularly the younger warriors, urge the king to retaliate immediately, but the wise elder council advises restraint. They wish to communicate with the humans peacefully, hoping to avoid unnecessary bloodshed. The Reptilian king, though wary, decides to send emissaries. The emissaries arrive at the human stronghold, their scaled skin glistening in the daylight. The humans, startled by the sight, regard the reptilians with suspicion, perceiving them as cold and alien. Despite this, the reptilian emissaries extend an olive branch, warning the humans not to trespass further into their sacred lands. The human chief, however, misinterprets their words as a threat. His people are proud and have defended themselves against many adversaries, and he believes that giving in to these strange creatures would show weakness. Fearful for his tribe's safety and resentful of the reptilians' tone, he dismisses the emissaries, declaring that the jungle should belong to anyone strong enough to claim IT. They ask the emissaries retreat. Tensions boil over. That night, a group of younger, impatient reptilian warriors decides to launch a stealth raid on the humans as a warning. They burn a small section of the human settlement, retreating into the darkness before they can be captured. Furious, the human chief orders his own warriors to strike back, thus igniting the flames of war. Both sides prepare for a full-scale confrontation. The humans, resourceful and strategic, use fire and traps to level the battlefield against the reptilians, whose scales and natural resilience give them an advantage in close combat. The humans' weaponry and ingenuity keep them competitive, but the reptilians' knowledge of the jungle and their stealth tactics make them formidable opponents that are in a particularly intense battle. The humans, emboldened by an early victory, push into reptilian territory. They stumble upon a vast clearing filled with ancient reptilian statues, which the reptilians use as their sacred grounds. Furious and insulted, the reptilian king commands his people to protect the site with everything they have. The battle that follows is brutal, with both sides suffering heavy losses that as the war drags on. Darker strategies come into play. The humans begin to cut down large sections of the jungle, hoping to weaken the reptilians by destroying their natural environment. In retaliation, the reptilians unleash ancient, venomous creatures and plants previously hidden in the jungle's depths. Both sides grow desperate, resorting to extreme measures. The reptilian shamans perform rituals that summon deadly creatures, while the human shamans attempt to tap into the powers of fire and earth to break the jungle's curse. The air thickens with tension and magic, the land itself beginning to suffer from the destructive powers unleashed as the land deteriorates. Both sides receive warnings from their respective shamans. Ancient spirits, long forgotten, appear to the leaders of each tribe in haunting dreams, showing visions of a world destroyed by greed and hatred. In these visions, the jungle lies in ruins, and both tribes are extinct, their bones lying side by side in the scorched earth. The human chief and the reptilian king, now weary of the relentless fighting, begin to see the futility of the war. They arrange a final parley in the heart of the jungle, hoping to find a way to end the conflict without more bloodshed. During this final meeting, the reptilian king and the human chief speak of peace, but their warriors, still filled with anger and vengeance, are reluctant to forgive. To prove their commitment, the leaders agree to undergo a ritual trial by the jungle spirits. If they can pass the trial, peace will be possible. If they fail, the jungle itself will decide their fate. They enter the Cave of Echoes, an ancient site where the spirits of the jungle reside. Inside, they're confronted with visions of their ancestors, who show them the shared pain and suffering that their people have endured. They experience the lives of each other's tribes, feeling the fear and hardship that have shaped their existence. Moved by these visions, they come to understand the deep-rooted connection between them, despite their differences. When they emerge from the cave, transformed and humbled, the spirits grant them their blessing of peace. Together, they return to their tribes, urging them to put down their weapons and share the land. Over time, both tribes come to respect and trust each other, forming a fragile but growing alliance. They develop a system to share the jungle's resources, with the reptilians teaching the humans the secrets of the land, while the humans offer their skills in building and strategy. A new generation grows up with respect for both cultures, learning that unity is stronger than conflict. The jungle, once torn by war, begins to heal, and the spirits of the land return to their peaceful slumber, watching over the now united tribes as they forge a future together. Thus, the tale of the war of scales and flesh becomes a legend, passed down as a cautionary tale about the power of pride, the cost of conflict, and the strength that can be found in peace. And so our story comes to an end, where myths intertwined with reality, and our characters lived unforgettable moments of horror and action. Could they escape their fate? Or was it written for them from the very beginning? If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest horror and sci-fi tales. Share your thoughts in the comments about what you've seen, and let us know the stories you'd like us to tell in the future. Stay vigilant, for the world is full of surprises, and the next story might be closer than you think. Until next time, remember that the light may hide a darkness that can change everything.